Hello, I'm Dr. Chuck Stowe, and welcome to Summer School. This is session 2, and I've made this short presentation just to give you an overview of the 2 courses I'm teaching. First, I want to welcome you. You're very brave to take an online course. I've tried to do my best to generate one that makes sense, that's got some alternatives for you. I took a survey of my students in the first session, and I've made some changes to the courses as a result, and I hope they'll be better for you. First of all, you need to know that the textbook's absolutely mandatory for this course. I have ordered up special textbooks. They're available through our university bookstore. The reason why I insist that you try to get it through the bookstore is, number one, I want you to have it on time. Waiting 3 weeks to get a book to start a course isn't going to cut it. Number two, any of the profit from buying the book goes back to Lander University's Student Services account. So you're going to buy a book, somebody's going to make a profit anyway. Why not let it do your school? The other thing is that in the syllabus that's posted under the information folder, that syllabus gives you the phone number and the online website so that you can order the book that way if you need to. The good news about this course is that there's no lecture, so you're not going to hear it from me very often, except through some video PowerPoints. Everything in the test, the quizzes, is open book and open note, and I have given very generous times to allow you to use the textbook. However, I warn you, don't try taking quizzes and exams without having read the material. If you do that, you're not going to know where to look for the answers, and you're not going to finish the time. The one restriction is there's no good work permitted. You've got to do your own work on your own laptop, not with the group of students. BA 251 is a course that's structured around some 16 chapters, but that's a lot. But again, I can't change that. We're required to cover the same amount of material in 3 to 4 weeks as we cover in 3 months. So this is very fast-paced, and it's going to take a fair amount of time. You cannot just give yourself a couple hours a week to do the work. It's more like 2 hours a day to keep up. There are quizzes, and then the other class suggested I do some alternative assignments. If you don't want to do a quiz, you can do a short answer type thing. I don't have one for each chapter, but I'm trying to add some here and there, and you'll see that under assignments as to which quiz the exercise will count for. Some of you eager beavers may want to try doing both. If you do, then I'll give you the higher of the 2 grades. How's that? That is a There are 3 exams, and at the end of each week there's an exam. It's open book, open note. The final exam is comprehensive. So as a result, the second week is a real killer. There's a lot of chapters we're going to cover. But the good news is that at the end of the course, you've got enough days there with only 2 chapters assigned, so you have time to do a pretty good thorough review. Some students asked me if I would please make available everything at the beginning of the semester. I don't like that idea personally, but I'm going to try it. Everything's open, quizzes, exams, but here's the deal. Once you open a quiz, you got to finish it. You can't just take a sneak peek and come back later. That's self-defeating. There is a critical handout that I want to invite you to look at, and it's called Schedule of Activities and Exams. Use this as a checklist It's not perfect. I've probably got an error or two in there, but it's the best I can do to get this course ready for you right away. It's in the information folder, and it's called Schedule of Activities and Exams. For Management 340, same thing. You've got a short answer essay type thing, because I don't want to give, and I have not given, any kind of true-false multiple choice. I do that in the BA 251, but in the 300 level course, what I want you to do is some writing, and I'm going to be using lots of exercises where you answer questions and you diagnose your personality. The book is full of these very interesting things, kind of like reading Cosmopolitan, if you ever look at that. They say, you know, what is your personality and what person would you be attracted to or whatever. And in a managerial sense, there are these exercises in this book that tell you a little bit about yourself. And then I ask you questions where you are proving to me that you've read the book. I've got instructions on the format of the essays, and again, please consult the information folder. I'm not interested in testing your memorization, rather your familiarity with the text. I want you to prove to me that you've read it. So in the format of these answers, you will reference the textbook page number. And what I want to see is that you're really thinking and applying the theory of management and organizational behavior with your particular reality. Again, some of the students said this was great, but it's awfully tedious after 4 weeks. Could I give some alternative assignments? I'm working on those. I'll be adding them as the course goes along. In terms of problems with computers, we're in a new version of Blackboard. And guess what? I've received no training on this. None of the faculty have. So don't come to me for help with the computer issues. Please call extension 8234 or the full phone number. The biggest problem we seem to have is freezing out. You log in, you get cut off. In the old Blackboard version, it was very tricky to reopen the test or quiz for somebody. Almost darn near impossible without wiping out everybody's grades. Now, I'm not sure about the newer version, so I'll keep you posted as we develop some experience. But the reason I dropped the lowest 2 grades is because I can anticipate there'll be some freeze-outs. I developed some video PowerPoints. These are 8 to 15 minutes. This is one of them. It doesn't have many photos and whatnot, but this is short. Believe it or not, it takes me 5 to 7 hours to produce one of these things. But we don't have any other lectures because we don't meet. So I've done a few of these, not for every chapter, but I've done a few where I think the chapters are complicated. And more in the 251 course than in the 340. So, that's our program, and I think that you're going to enjoy this. You'll be exposed to a lot of material. We're going to start with time management, though, and some of you are going to say, why is that part of the course? It's part of the course because I don't think people realize how much time you're going to have to devote to get 3 hours worth of academic credit. People will be writing to me and saying, Dr. Stowe, there's too much in this course. I am required by my boss and by the accreditors to cover the same amount of material as we covered in 3 months. You know, you're the one who's signing up for this. I don't want to scare you out of it, because people did succeed last semester, but it does take a commitment of time to go through the courses. Also, again, I stress, I'm here to be helpful to you. Please make sure that you use my cell phone number. I'm giving it to you. I also, it's part of the requirement of the course that you check the Blackboard every day, especially as we start off and building the course. This wasn't my idea, but ITS is changed the Blackboard version. And again, I've had no training on it. So as a result, I've got to figure all this out, get all this loaded, try to give it to you up front, everything available. So be patient with me. The initial assignments are already up. I'm going to plan on opening everything up as quick as I can. Hope this is helpful to you. Do not hesitate to call me. I know there'll be some issues, but please keep it after 9 in the morning, but before 10 in the evening, because I do have a family. And also feel free to email me at either account. I'm checking both. And so, again, if you want to talk to me, give me your phone number. I don't have it, okay? They don't give it to you. If you want to talk to me, please feel free, because I know this is a challenge. I want to be very reasonable. I've got a great reputation at Lander for being very fair and very reasonable, even though I'm given some impossible challenges, which is to cover so much material in a short time. Thanks so much for signing up. I look forward to hearing from you. I'm setting up a discussion board. I want you to introduce yourself to your classmates and to me. I give you the caveat, though, that I am not invading your privacy. It is not required that you share your story and information about yourself. That is up to you. But I want to give you the opportunity, and I'll do the same with you. Thanks so much for taking the course this